It always was a temporary situation. The original navigation center was built on an anonymous donation as an experiment to see if this was a better way to approach the people living on the street. And from the very start, it was known that it would be a temporary situation because there were already plans to convert what was school property into a high-rise. I think it was 2 years that it was in existence, and it closed last fall.
So I don't have too much knowledge of the Embarcadero Center specifically. I do know that the navigation center that's here nearby in the Mission District, over on, I think, Division Street, has been fairly controversial. I think primarily specifically because of policing of people experiencing homelessness in San Francisco. I think it could be a good thing. However, I do know that there are people who experience homelessness and they have to give up their possessions. They are only allowed to spend a specific amount of time in the navigation center. So what I would like to see instead is a more permanent solution to the issue.
The navigation center has been a great resource for my district. It's a great opportunity to give an individual that is homeless or on the streets without any shelter a place to start to find shelter.
Navigation Center in the Mission was a very innovative solution to the need for shelter for homeless folks. It was a big departure in that people could bring in pets, and they could bring in significant others, and they could bring in some of their belongings, which was never allowed in a basic shelter. But the most important thing that the Navigation Center allowed was people to spend days or weeks working with people who helped them get into various services that would help improve their lives. And that's something that just isn't found in a normal a normal shelter is a room full of cots. People have to be out by the morning. They're not allowed to bring in anything other than themselves. And so it's a much different situation as far as the way it approaches the homeless situation.
So the navigation centers that I have here in the district help my officers give these individuals a place to start. When they get to the navigation center, they're allowed to have 2 bags with them. If they have a lot of gear, a lot of times they have shopping carts full, we don't throw that away. That gets tagged with their name and it gets put into storage. So they could go to it at any time and retrieve whatever belongings they want. When they get to the navigation center, then they get help to try to find a better place to reside. They don't get kicked out of there. They get help to find a permanent residency. They get help getting ID cards, possible jobs, just to change them from living out on the street to trying to find a better place for them. So the Navigation Center is a great resource for all. It's something that's and it's been working well here in the Mission.
I have a positive feeling about a navigation to the city, and yes, I am in favor of another one moving into Embarcadero.
It might work well in Embarcadero. It might work well in the Marina District. It might work well all over the city. It might work well in Oakland, Daly City, but it all depends on where the locations are.
Honestly, I feel like I don't know a great deal about navigation centers, but I feel, from what I can tell, we need to deal with the situation of homeless. They're the best option that I've heard about so far, and I'm for taking action rather than simply saying, don't do it here. The Embarcadero seems like a fine place to be. I work down there. I don't have any problems with that.